guys, my name is Liddy and today I'm going to be talking about my Fangirl Foundations. So basically this is a video idea I came up with quite a while ago and I actually put a lot of time into it in the past month to just make it into what I want it to be. So I'm just going to be going through the fandoms that brought me to the current fangirl you see here today on the internet. But yeah, I'm actually going to be doing this through a tree metaphor, kind of ironically since foundation is more of an architectural word. Architectural is not even a word, I don't know. But this is more, but I just kind of started with this tree metaphor and kind of went with it. I was thinking about making a tag, but it ruined my metaphor. So if you do want to do this and like talk about how you became a fangirl or a fanboy, I would love to know, and so please comment below if you end up making a video like this, because I just think it's fascinating, because this is such a crazy and kind of consuming hobby, habit, thing to be involved in. So it's just interesting to hear how people got into it. So I'm going to be talking about a bunch of different fandoms, and also some of them I'm going to be going into more detail of, like, this fandom was my first this fandom was my first that, etc, etc, etc. So let's begin. So first we are going to be talking about the fangirl roots. So the roots of my fangirl life was from 2003 to 2005. This is when I was from about 2nd to 5th grade. So it really started with Full House, which, I mean, Full House came out before I was born. In fact, it ended right after I was born. But I just loved Full House. I was homeschooled for most of the way through, so like during my lunch breaks I would always watch Full House, and I looked forward to it so much. I've probably seen every episode of Full House about 7 times, and some of them I've seen more than that. So it was like kind of my first obsession. Then after that was Lilo and Stitch the series, and oh my goodness, Lilo and Stitch the series is the first show that I like watched as it was coming out and just like always looked forward to the next episode. Like, oh my goodness, so much. My brother and I watched it together. It was so much fun, and we loved the movie and we loved the show, and it was just something that was really fun. It was something I got to do with my brother, so it was really fun. Also alongside that, there was also That's So Raven, and I don't really have anything particular with That's So Raven. It just was a good show I liked. Then also in that same time, coming out in 2004, was Phil of the Future, and oh my goodness, I loved that show. I loved it so much. I was so obsessed with it. And the reason I'm spending a bit more time on Phil of the Future, though not a ton, is because Ricky Ullman, the guy who played Phil, was my first celebrity crush. So that was kind of cool, and I think it's kind of funny that I still remember that 13 years later. Like, but yeah, Ricky Ullman, first celebrity crush. And then after that was The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, and this was my favorite show for probably 5 years. Like, I loved The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, and it was like the first show that I had like super strong opinions about. Like, as in, I got into debates with friends about like who was the better twin, or what episode was the best, or what should have happened at the end of this episode. What happened good or what happened bad? Like, I got into so many debates over The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody because I just had such strong opinions, and I just thought like Cody was the sweetest thing because I love me a good guy. Like, The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, it was iconic to my childhood. I have a drawing to show visually each section, so here is the roots section. As you can see, Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, Phil of the Future, that you can barely see future, That's So Raven, Full House, and Lilo and Stitch the series. I was pointing at my camera, like here, instead of pointing at the actual picture. The next section is like the growing section and the leaves blooming. I don't know what leaves do. Like, just when the tree like breaks out of the ground and then continues to grow, like it just kind of just goes and starts being recognized. And so this was from 2006 to 2008, and there is one main fandom in this section, but there are multiple others that had their own impact. But really, this section is what it is because of one fandom and one fandom only, and that is High School Musical. And I meant to be holding my DVD copies of High School Musical and High School Musical 2, but I forgot to get them out, and I don't feel like running to grab them, so I'm not going to. But High School Musical, this was the first fandom that just like kind of consumed everything. I had a High School Musical shirt, I had all the CDs, I had all the movies. I never did own the third, and I actually really want to own the third now. I had posters all over the place. What else? I had this purse. It was like pop art of all the characters on a purse. It was like the ugliest purse ever. I used it as my church purse for years. I don't actually think I stopped using it as my church purse until like 10th grade. I'm like, I should probably upgrade this purse to something a little more mature. Oh my goodness. Like, High School Musical, like, I had like so much fun. And it was, other than Sweet Life, Zack and Cody, it was the first one that like I really got into with my friends. But for High School Musical, it wasn't about debates until much later. I'm not going to get into that in this video, but I have some really strong High School Musical opinions that will probably come out on this channel because they're very strong. But, like, I had a friend who had a High School Musical birthday party, and I was like, oh my gosh, a High School Musical birthday party. And when I was in dance, I did jazz for a while, and What Time Is It was originally our song, and we all sang so much that they changed the song. But, okay, like, that was really funny. And then they, like, changed it to, like, this inappropriate song. I don't even know what it was. But, like, a bunch of our parents got in an uproar, got the song changed again, and then, like, before they told us what the song was, they're like, if you sing, we will change the song yet again. So then, it was all for one. So, like, one of my dances was to a High School Musical 2 song, and it was the most exciting thing in the world. And, like, I remember when High School Musical 2 came out, me and my best friend watched it together, I think all 3 nights in a row. Like, do you remember how Disney Channel did that? Like, there'd be, like, 3 nights in a row of the new movie. Maybe they still do, I don't know. I don't really watch much Disney Channel anymore, and now I don't have cable, but I was obsessed, and we tried to make, like, this smoothie that was on the website, like, that on the High School Musical 2 page on DisneyChannel.com, and, like, the smoothie, like, exploded, or, like, in my best friend's kitchen, and her mom wasn't home when it happened, and we were trying to clean it up, and then her mom walked in. It was ridiculous. It was so bad. Oh my goodness. I have so many good High School Musical memories. But yeah, other fandoms in this section are Kim Possible. I didn't watch it when it first came out. I actually didn't start watching it until like 2006. And I was like, I'm so sad it's over. And then like they rebooted it and had the 2007 season, and it was so exciting. And like my little shipper heart was like already like formed at this point. So like I was so excited to see, like, get to see Kim and Ron's relationship flesh out. I also watched that with my brother, and that was so much fun. Then also there was Phineas and Ferb, Wizards of Waverly Place, Camp Rock, and Another Cinderella Story, which is one of the only non-Disney Channel things in this entire video. But yeah, going back to Phineas and Ferb briefly, this didn't happen right away. In fact, it didn't even happen during like the time period 2006-2008 that I have for this section, but it's worth noting that my first non-canon ship that I ever had happened with Phineas and Ferb. I don't think it happened until like 2010 or maybe even 2011, but my first non-canon ship was from Phineas and Ferb. Anyway, I think that's all I really have on this section, but like, as you can tell, this section means a lot to me, but it just gets crazier. So as I was rewatching the different sections to make sure they were all alright and sounded good and looked good and I didn't sound too terribly awkward, I realized that I said something that might have been taken the wrong way and I wanted to fix it without completely refilming that part of the video because it was a long clip. And it was about Phineas and Ferb. The ship I was referring to is Ferb and Isabella. That's what it is. I know that it kind of sounded like I meant something different and it wasn't. That was, yeah, I don't know if anyone did take that the wrong way. But yeah, I meant Ferb and Isabella. I didn't want that to be taken the wrong way, interpreted in any way I didn't mean it. Yeah, for Bella is schools. That's all I'm really gonna say for now. So just go ahead and continue to whatever I was talking about wherever I end up deciding to insert this clip, because I haven't decided yet because I'm not editing tonight. And here we have the growth section and the title. So we have the High School Musical, another Cinderella story, which, you know, as I said, one of the few non-Disney Channel, but doesn't really count because it had Selena Gomez and that's the reason I watched it. Just all the fandoms. There. And the last section is the leaves change color and fall. I don't know if that really works for the metaphor, but basically what I'm kind of saying is like, it just kind of explodes. Like, you know, in fall when the leaves, it's just so beautiful, like with the bright colored leaves changing. Like, that's kind of what this section is, like what this point is. And it's 2009 through 2012. And it's just kind of when my fangirling went from something that was like kind of small, even though like High School Musical was like a huge thing for me, like it was still kind of small, and it just kind of turned into something big and like beautiful in a way. So as I said, it's 2009, 2012, and I'm actually going to list two of the fandoms before the first one in it because the first one is the most important. So Jonas was in this one, and also so was the show Castle. I don't know how popular Castle really was. It just ended recently, but it was like with Nathan Fillion and Stana Katic. It was on ABC. I watched it with my mom, and it was just the greatest. Like, I don't actually think I've ever seen the first couple seasons, but just so good. I loved it. I miss that show. I really do. But just, those are two things worth mentioning. The fun thing with Jonas, before I get back to the other one, and if you're seeing the pattern here, you probably know what show it is already, but like, Jonas. I shipped Nick and Macy in so hard. In the first season, I had a debate with someone about it, and she was like, they would never get together. I ship her with Kevin, and I was like, no, Nick. So it was really funny. So I was very happy in season 2 when it happened. Very happy. And I was like, kind of like, ha, told you. Even though it didn't really matter. But it mattered to me. But the fandom that really just kind of embodies this section for me is Sunny with a Chance. Chance is such an important fandom to my Fangirl Foundations. My camera did a really weird thing. It kind of hit it against my tripod. This is only my second video that I'm filming with my tripod, and I kind of hit my camera on it, and I really hope I didn't break it too much, but it did this real weird thing. So Sunny with a Chance. The reason it's really important to me and my Fangirl Foundations is because of where it took me. Sunny with a Chance is the first fandom that I wrote fanfiction for. It's the first one that made me want to go to the internet to share my love of this crazy thing, this fandom. And I rewatched Sunny with a Chance recently, and it's dumb. I still love it, mostly because of nostalgia, but it's dumb. It really is. Yeah, I wrote fanfiction for Sunny with a Chance, and I wrote it for a lot of these fandoms that came before it too, and sometimes still do. Fanfiction is kind of a fun fandom part of my life that I still enjoy. Well, it's been like a year since I've really updated, but I want to. Anyway, like, I actually did it on YouTube. So my introduction to YouTube was this weird little sect of YouTube, a little corner. It was the Disney Channel fan fiction and like collage video. Some of them were actually like video clips. I don't know how people got them, but mine were just like collages. Like, this corner of YouTube. I don't know if anyone who was in that is still on YouTube. If you were in that little sect from like 2008-ish to 2010-ish, let me know, because this was how I started. This is how I discovered YouTube. This is how I got into YouTube, and it's just kind of funny that like it's come back full circle, and now I'm still doing fandom things on YouTube, or I guess I'm doing them again, but in a different way. Like, my face is on the camera this time. I'm an adult, so I'm allowed to share my name now. But YouTube really did mean a lot to me then. Like, it was so great for me. Like, that Jonas debate I was talking about was with another YouTuber, who I really enjoyed talking to her, like, the most. Like, and I don't even know how to describe it. Like, I was going through a hard time then, and YouTube was one of the things that was there for me when I was like, felt like I didn't have any friends, and was just very sad. And I'm not a sad person. Like, this like bubbly, happy person that you see on the camera right now with the touch of awkwardness, like, this is me. Like, I am not putting on a persona here. Like, this is very accurate to who I am. Like, so it was very strange that I was so sad then because of things going on in my life, and like, you know, that happens, it happens to everyone. But like, YouTube was what was there. Like, I talked to these people, like, we talked about fandom, we talked about other stuff that just, it was great, and I miss it, and that's kind of what I want YouTube to become again. And I know it's like that for some people, and I would love to see that happen again. Like, this like community. So like, in the fandoms and the booktube stuff, like, that's kind of what I want, is to return to this weird little sect of happiness and uplifting people up, and our other random fandom stuff that was not meant to rhyme, that just kind of happened. But yeah, and no, I will not tell you what my username was, because some of that fanfiction I reread a couple years ago, and it is hecka embarrassing, because it's so bad, but people liked it. That YouTube channel has like 500 subscribers. I occasionally still get emails that people are subscribing to this channel, even though I haven't done anything on it in like 6 years. Why? Don't know. Anyway, the last fandom in this list is The Hunger Games, and I'm including this because it was the first book fandom I got into. Like, I loved the Chronicles of Narnia, and now I consider myself to be in that fandom, but it wasn't a fandom for me then. But like, The Hunger Games just got me back into reading as well. And since this is like a geeky fandom channel and a booktube channel, like, it's both, I had to include a book, which is actually the only reason it's going to 2012. But yeah, I loved The Hunger Games. I went to see the movies and just had so much fun talking with friends about it, and it was just great. And here's the drawing for the falling colorful leaves section. I just realized I only put the year on for the first section instead of all of them. I'm gonna have to fix that later, but whatever, it's good for now. But yeah, there we go. Books. I should reread these. The one that I got way too emotional about. Anyway, yeah, here's the whole thing. I filmed an outro that I'm not actually going to use because this probably looks real bad, but we're just gonna go with it. There's the whole thing. But yeah, I really hope that you enjoyed this video, that you liked hearing about my Fangirl Foundations, and that if you would like to share your fangirl or fanboy foundations, that you will, and you'll let me know, because I just think it'd be fascinating. And yeah, if you were part of that weird YouTube sect of DCOM lovers or Disney Channel original series lovers, please let me know. But yeah, I will hopefully be making another video very soon, and I will see you soon. Have a lovely day. Bye!